You are watching your award-winning cable access station, Channel 13 and 19, Athol Orange Community Television.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Jerry Caruso Comedy Hour. Give yourselves a hand. Whoever's out there, give yourselves a hand for coming out tonight. Yeah, even you two. I have three really good friends. Actually, two. I don't know this other one, but whatever. She'll become my friend shortly. So we have a great show. So tune in, folks. Thank you, AOTV, for all you do for me, because right now, I think my show's rated in the top 99. It's really good. I'm happy. I'm in 98th place, so I'm crawling up there. Anyway, so my special guests are Katie Kaminsky. Mm-hmm. Hello there.
Hi.
I know you. Stop it.
Yes.
Katie got a nice haircut.
Oh, thank you.
Hairdo.
Yes.
Style?
Yes. Style.
What do they call them?
Yeah, style.
No, what do they
It's
call
a Katie cut.
It's a Katie
That's
cut.
what it is.
Yeah, definitely Katie cut.
Yeah.
And Stephanie Panagotis.
Yes.
See how that flowed right off my tongue?
Beautiful.
No, we used to have, we had Greek neighborhoods near us, so there were a lot of S's around,
Mm-hmm.
Copolis and Panagopoulos,
Mm-hmm.
everything. So anyway, so Katie and I've been trying to get you on the show. Well, no, only a couple of times.
Yeah.
And you were busy. You
Mm-hmm.
were always busy.
Mm-hmm.
I should talk. But tell us what you do. I know what you do, but go ahead.
Okay.
Tell our viewing audience. There really is, trust me, as far as I know.
That's awesome.
I have to pay a few people, but go on.
Thank you for having me here.
You're very
it's really
welcome.
Awesome that you would have us here. Well, I am a wife first to Jonathan Kaminsky, who is the pastor of our church.
I believe I know him.
Yeah, he's a pretty cool guy. And
He gives me dirty looks.
Yeah, but he still loves you.
He does.
And our church is located in the heart of Gardner.
Vegas. Right?
Yes, absolutely. And it's called Higher Ground Ministries. Mm-hmm. It was actually started in 1984 by my dad and my mom. Mm. And it grew and grew and grew to the point, actually it started in Westminster in our home. Mm.
Oh,
and,
really?
Yeah, I was only 5 years old. And my dad had a heart for the city of Gardner. And we moved to Gardner in 1986 with about maybe 100 people in our congregation. Mm. And grew as a church family.
How much up to now?
We are up to about 150 people.
Wow, that's great.
We are located right in the heart of the city in a building that used to be a furniture factory.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's the one I got a tour of.
Yes.
That Christmas time.
Exactly, when you came to help us with our community project. Thank you so much.
Oh, that was cool.
So anyways, fast forward to 2009. My dad and my mom were running the church. Everything was great. Reaching out to the community, having a great time, have a youth center that my dad opened, that my husband and I were running with Stephanie and her husband as our assistants. And out of the blue, 55 years old, my dad died unexpectedly of a heart attack at home.
Sorry.
Thank you. And so we went through a transition season of about a year's time. And my husband and I stepped up. And
all your members rallied around you?
No, they didn't. But the core,
you surprised at us?
The core did, and they're still with us. And
really?
Yeah, and we're
doing. So you lost a few?
We lost a lot.
Really?
Yeah, we had a lot
of.
We did. Yep, and a lot of issues that we worked through, and thank God we are doing better than ever now.
Did you ever get any of them back?
Yeah, a few.
Name some names? No, go ahead. I'm kidding. It's a family show.
Yeah. And
so I did not know that.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember you told me about one of your past. And
right.
Stuff like that.
Yeah. And but we made it through that.
Happen.
It can.
That can happen.
It's normal. It's part of transitioning. So we made it through that, and 2 years ago, our building was paid off miraculously. So now we can do more outreach to the community.
Who paid off your building?
Our church. We all rallied together and did it together, and it was amazing. We've done more outreach.
79,000 I can have. No,
Yeah,
go on.
exactly. Yeah, let me just get my checkbook. And we've done more outreach to our community in the city of Gardner. We send our church vans out every
Nice.
Monday night during the
Really?
school year. We send them out to the low-income housing areas. We get 2 church vans that we pick kids up,
That's
and we bring them
cool.
in, and we teach them the Bible. We
Nice.
have fun. We're there for them. The things that these kids deal with, you don't have enough time for me to talk to you about what they have to deal with in this day and
No.
the household issues.
Yeah.
And that's what Stephanie and her husband and their team help us run now, where my husband and I are overseeing everything.
Wow.
We're having a ball. We are having a ball.
That's
The
great.
vision that God gave my dad for our city is still being carried out.
That's cool.
It didn't die with him.
That's cool.
Our church
Wow.
didn't die with him.
No.
It's God's
no.
church, and
Yeah.
we're just continuing to do what he wants us to do.
That's so neat.
Yeah, we're having a ball.
Wow.
Yep.
So, the youth program,
Yes.
all ages, different ages?
Yep,
or
it
does
starts-
What's the youngest?
So the youngest is 5.
Really?
And goes up to 19. We kind of keep the
No
young adults
kidding.
along, and they
Yeah.
actually end up helping Stephanie and her husband Andrew. As they'll be like their helpers
No
as more
kidding.
kids come in. Yeah. And on an average Monday night, we'll see during the school year, we'll see close to 70 kids between the 2 floors.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Wow.
So we got a good team of volunteers. It's all
How many
non-paid.
volunteers?
It takes a good, let's see, they get about 6 to
We have,
8.
yeah,
How many?
about
Yep.
7 or 8.
7 or 8, and then downstairs because we have 4 floors to our building.
Yeah, because I
So the
remember
top-
going through
yeah.
those. Yep.
The top 2 floors are our youth center.
Yep.
So 3rd floor is going to be for the little kids. 4th floor is for the
so you can
teenagers.
obviously draw that line. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
little
cool.
kids we have way more helpers because you need more when they're little and they're
Yeah.
running
Yeah.
around
Yeah.
and
I can't
but-
handle the 4 grandkids. So
right,
don't worry.
exactly. Yeah. So yeah, but we are having a blast and we love just helping the community, whatever we can
That's
do.
neat.
Backpack outreach is coming up. I'm going to be, I partner up with this awesome lady that we actually find a list. She gets me a list of kids that are in foster care, kids that have special needs, kids that are down and out, don't have a lot of money. And our whole church, they are awesome. They just buy backpacks, fill them
Wow.
with brand new school supplies, and we
That's
give
so,
them.
Oh, just before
Yeah.
the school year starts.
Yep. And then we
That
do the
is-
Christmas thing that you helped us with,
Yeah,
which
that
was
was
very
cool.
nice.
That's a
Same
great
thing.
thing. That's a
Foster
great-
care, down and out kids, families that are struggling. We find out about them and we help them
That's
because
so
that's
neat.
what we love
So how
to
do you
do.
find out about it? You go through the city hall?
You
or-
got it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
City
the
Hall
kids to
or
do
just
that.
connections that I've made over the
Yeah.
years in community.
True.
I also sit on the suicide prevention
You do?
group
Wow.
at Coalition at the Gardner Hospital.
One time I called and they put me
Yeah.
on hold when I had it tough. So-
Jerry.
No, I'm joking.
You can use my number next time.
No, I'm kidding. It's an old joke.
So yeah,
Wow. Hold, please.
only you.
I'm really sad. Things are bothering me.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do.
Please hold.
Hold, please.
Enjoy the music
Yeah,
while your
enjoy
party
the
is
music.
reached.
You played Ozzy Osbourne, but whatever. So that helps.
Yeah.
So, Stephanie.
Yes.
Hi, Stephanie.
Hi.
So, you are a youth minister.
Yes.
Yes. So, how'd that come about?
Well, actually, I've
Did
been
Katie find you? Or?
pretty much.
Yeah,
No.
Katie's
I've been attending the church since I was 2 years old.
the past
with my
18
family.
years.
Yep.
She laughed.
wish.
Don't laugh. Oh,
wish.
my God. Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay. I'm trying to make peace and love. With it. Go on. So,
And I grew up, so I was going to the youth group, and then
oh, so you're always a part of it.
so I was just a part of it, and
No
then
kidding.
transitioned into helping them when I was 18. Started helping them, and Katie and Pastor John were running the youth group at the
Oh,
time.
John, don't worry. He's not watching.
And so yeah,
You're
and
like my wife. She calls all the doctors doctor. I call him the first thing. Hey, Paul, how's it going?
Oh
She goes,
my
She goes, that's Dr.
yeah,
Here I go.
you
Yeah.
can't.
Call him Paul. I do that. I can. Why not? Like it's call her Aunt by their first name. One time, like I said the full beard, and not full beard, but always close to the face. You knew me back then.
Yep.
And so my wife's aunt, she's a sweetheart. She was in her 80s, and she remembers me in the beard, and I shaved it all off one year. She goes, "Why, hello there." I go, "Mary, it's me, Jerry." She goes, "Oh, yes. Oh, I
my
thought it was
gosh.
you." But,
Only
anyway,
you.
go on. That's
Only
it. Only me. So go ahead. So go on.
So yeah, and then once once they transitioned to running the church, they not overtook.
Yeah.
Once Pastor Carey stepped into heaven, and they became the pastors of our church. Me and my husband ran the youth center.
So you run the youth center,
Yeah.
basically? Wow.
Well, the teenagers.
Yeah.
We do.
Ooh, that's
yeah.
a lot of work.
We do 12 to 18,
How are they?
19.
Who's harder to manage, the kids or the teens?
I think the
turns.
kids are harder.
Yeah, the little ones are harder.
Because they don't pay attention.
The little
or they-
ones
It's
are
just more
harder.
chaotic down
Yeah,
there, you know.
'cause it can be.
Yeah.
How many teens do you usually get on average on a Monday night?
During the school year, it's like 30 to 40.
Really?
Yeah.
Like 13 to 19?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It is awesome.
And they get involved with stuff that Higher Ground does, or they get involved with programs, or do you guys just work with them? Like, how does that work?
So what we do is every Monday night, we, like she said, we send out the vans, pick them up, bring them over to the youth center. We have basketball and some games, but then we have a time where we minister to them and we teach them Bible and get the Word of God into them and help them if they're struggling, going through, hard times. We help them and minister to them and whatever they need, we just try to lift them up and encourage them.
That's cool.
And yeah, get
You
them
have
on a
kids
good
yourself?
get them on a good path. I do. I have 2 kids.
How old?
5 and 6. He just had a birthday. 5 and 6.
Yeah, better get that right.
Yeah, right?
They keep track of those things. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have.
I do. I
How old?
have 2
What?
girls,
How old?
12 and 8.
Oh,
Yeah.
12.
2
12.
of
Getting
me
13.
in the house.
2 of you?
Yeah, so my
Poor John.
husband's so blessed.
He's outnumbered.
He's so blessed.
You mean he's outnumbered?
Yeah, you got it.
That's
Well, the
it.
dog. He has the dog. That's about it.
Dog's a male?
Yes.
Dogs, oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So wait, now, a few years ago when you were in high school, Katie,
Yeah, a few.
well,
Yeah.
you aspired to do news.
I
Is this
did,
true?
yeah.
And
I
who'd you do
was-
that at? Oh,
I was at Oakmont. I was the OTV anchor
Cut
for
it
2
out.
years. I was famous. Yeah.
you were famous.
Yep.
Were you? They give you a nickname, or
No.
you just were Katie,
Yeah.
not by the whole name?
No. I wish that I had my married name though back then because I think my married name sounds like a news anchor. This is Katie Kamensky reporting live.
better than
you know?
Katie Twing,
Yeah, yeah.
Katie Twing sounds like
A lot of
country
people,
singer.
yeah, or like I'm Chinese and I'm not.
Ah.
A lot of people
Not
think
that
that.
there's anything wrong with that.
No, but when they
No,
don't,
it's
when
the
they haven't
Seinfeld
met me
reference going, yeah.
and they see my name, they automatically think that I'm Asian, and then they meet me and they're like, "You're
God.
not Asian." But that's okay. I'm
That's
okay with
funny.
it.
But you're right. Kamensky would be better news.
You
name.
know? Yeah,
Panagotis is a good news name too.
it is. It really is.
That's more like an ABC anchor.
Yeah, I'm more Fox
You're like
25.
local. You're like local.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're more Fox 25.
Yeah.
Katie,
That's what I was going for, but
Yeah, I always want to do that.
it didn't
too.
work out.
Yeah, I always want to do that too. Not this. Yeah, it is too late because I get these things from Velvet Jobs. Because
Yeah.
when I was unemployed, I applied anywhere. Velvet Jobs looking for a young news anchor. I go, I don't think I
Yeah.
make that.
Right.
They look at a 61-year-old news anchor. Jerry, back to you. What?
Yeah, you could be the next Walter Cronkite.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't want that.
yeah.
That's too old. See,
True.
I want to be like the guy with the convertible, the top
Yeah.
down.
Yeah, that
midlife
fits you.
crisis.
It totally
midlife
fits you.
crisis. What, the midlife crisis?
Yes.
Jeez.
Wow.
Yeah, she's grilling me. Isn't that amazing? I'm starting to like Stephanie now.
Yeah, I can switch
amazing.
seats.
No, that's all right. That's all right. You got yours.
Too
There's
funny.
no water here. No, I think that's
We do need some.
No, it says it right there. That's why I say it.
Oh.
See, that's why I say it.
Oh, I
Girl,
get
what's your
it.
last? I go, there's no water here. She goes, what are you talking about?
Oh.
And I start pointing. She goes,
Oh, yeah.
oh, you need water? Did you?
No.
No, you just said that.
Yeah.
Oh, to play along with me.
Right.
So now, you're back on. So what happened to the news? What's the news flash? Why didn't that happen? You just did you want to do it? Did you really wanted to?
I
do
really
it?
did. I looked into it. I looked into the school for it, but
What was the school for? Connecticut School of Broadcasting.
yeah.
Pretty
And
good.
and then
I'm-
yeah, you are.
Yeah,
You're good.
oh,
You're
God,
on this.
It's easy.
It's but I was like, nah. I decided I wanted to Actually, I was working at a bank back then, and I was a teller, and I was IC Credit Union, and I was going to go to the top. I was like, I'm headed to the top.
Oh,
I'm
to
going to
the
be
teller.
what? Yeah, I did do that too, but I said I'm going to go to upper management, and then my dad was, but then my dad was like, listen, I really need you at the church, and I wanted to do it, and he hired me.
And you wanted to do the church.
I was full time at church, and I've been there ever since. Yep.
Pretty
Yep.
predictable.
It is. I am.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
everything's good.
Yeah, so you obviously don't regret that.
I do not.
You want to do higher ground news flashes.
That would be really cool.
You should do that.
Yep, I could.
Get a male to work with you.
Yeah. Oh, yep.
I don't know who
Katie
you'd
and
think
Jerry.
of. Wow. How did you think of that?
Yep. K
Stephanie
and J.
Well, what about me? K and J instead of P and J.
You know?
Whoa.
Yep.
That's interesting. Yeah, well, that's like, a friend of mine, the woman I was telling you about, Alexa Sofadidio, she runs she's like a life coach. She runs a show, and they talk about good things. They talk about good news. They talk. She has me on a lot, which I don't mind because I'm shy, but I get over it after a minute, pretty much. It's a joke.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So, and she has me on, and I'm going to have her on here. She talks about being a life coach. She's very spiritual, which is really good because you got to have that.
Yeah.
You know, because I always think that no matter what you do, like if you don't have faith or anything like that,
that's right.
Where are you going to go?
Nothing works.
Nothing. No, because it's true. But I had her on, and well, I will have her on, but I've been on her show, and what she likes to do, she likes to highlight things, and she goes, tell me about you. I was like, no, it's not about me. Tell me what you've been doing. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
So I just named the benefits that I'm affiliated with, and she'll say, now you were busy tonight, right? I go, how did she know this? Because I told her before. She goes, what time's good to come on? I go, 8, because I have a show at it was in Gardner. No, wait a minute. It was in, hang on. It was in Fitchburg, and it was for some senior group, senior housing.
Oh, nice.
And it was better than I thought. It was much better than I thought. You know, because older people, I'm not saying that they don't laugh, but it's more of like, you know, don't go here, don't go there, don't go there. But then after the show, they're telling me dirty jokes. And it's like, okay. But it's really fun. And she goes, didn't you just come from a senior group? I go, how does this woman know? Then I forgot I wrote it to her.
Oh.
She goes, I think that's really cool.
It is.
You know, it's just fun. It's just, you know, like Dennis. Dennis does a lot of good things too. And we just like doing it. And it makes you feel good inside. It's like it's your way of giving back. But the same with both of you for what you do. So now John took over when your dad passed, or shortly thereafter?
It was a year after. My mom ran the church.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yep. And
so what happened there?
She did an awesome job, but my mom's not an out front person. She's not a preacher. She's behind the scenes, and she's
how'd she survive for a year?
I know she did well because we did all the preaching.
Oh, I see.
But she ran everything, and then
I get it.
handed it over to my husband, and now she works for him, and she does more than she ever did before.
Are you serious?
In ministry, she's like our care minister. So she's like the mom of our church. And everybody loves her. So she's the mom. She cooks for people.
Get out.
She will go see them in the hospital if we can't get there. She calls people to check on them. She's a mom.
Wow.
She is the mom of our church.
Neat.
And so, you know, just because my dad went to heaven before all of us doesn't mean that we stop doing what God wants us to do.
Cool.
And so my mom's doing that too. My mom's really pretty, and she's
Oh my word.
and
She
she's
is.
59 now.
Yeah.
And, single. So
Oh, I got a friend who's 63.
hello.
Nice guy too.
Okay.
Real nice guy.
Yep. So hey, just saying, we'll just put it out there.
Well, I'll tell him next time he's here.
All right.
Love
Okay.
connection.
You know.
It was so funny. He had come with me once, and he always says, I can't date anybody younger than me. I go, why? So one time he came out with me, and I did a show somewhere, and so he was watching the show. He goes, can I sit in? I go, yeah, you could sit in. Like it wasn't here. It was just a regular comedy show.
Oh, okay.
And so there was a woman near him, and they got to talk, and I'm saying, oh, how'd that go? And he goes, well, it was nice. She seems very nice. I go, is there interest? I go, do you want to spark a conversation? He goes, no. He goes, I already did that. And he was all happy, but nothing came out of it.
Oh.
But then I found out, you know, how old she was.
Oh.
And so I told him, and she was a year older than him. He was like,
Oh, yeah.
I said, wow.
Yep.
And she looked older, and he felt bad. I go, don't feel bad. I'm just trying to point to you
No. Yeah.
that you can get along with anybody who you want to.
Yes.
You never know.
Yeah.
You know, you get together with someone and,
Mhm.
you know, it just happens.
It
But
does.
it doesn't have to be, okay, I'm 63. I could date people 62 and 64.
Right.
There's no hard, fast rules.
Right.
Do you guys do dating things at the church? I'm not being wise.
No, we don't.
Well, you do dances.
No, we don't.
I thought you did.
No.
Yes, you did. You were gonna
Years
invite
ago,
me.
we had a.
Yes.
Years ago, we had
We're
a.
thinking of having you.
What did we? Oh, that was going to be for like a married, like a couples night,
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
That's dating.
like married, whatever,
That's
having
like
a
date
fun night out,
Yeah,
you know.
it's a date night.
Yeah.
You don't do that
I guess
anymore.
you could make it into that, what you said. Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
No, we have never done it.
Oh.
So when, we need to do it when it happens when we can have you. We never did it. Oh, yeah, I know. I will.
So so that never happened.
No.
Because you can ask, you go, oh, I'm going to ask you
Exactly.
to get bothered. And I go, well, when is it? Oh, well, we'll let you know. And
Yeah,
it's like,
because we never had it. So see?
Oh.
See?
So what other events do you guys, does Higher Ground do?
Well, I just came back from a trip,
Michigan.
Michigan. Drove out
Midland?
there, Midland, Michigan, to the Invasion Youth Conference. Amazing. So there was 22 of us. We had 2 vans, and I drove my husband's truck
Who drove
full
the
of
other one?
luggage. Huh?
Oh, who drove the other man?
Nope, they weren't able to go, but her leaders came with us.
Wow.
And they each took turns
Stephanie,
in
why
the
couldn't you
vans.
go?
She's
My
little
kids,
ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
little.
Hubby.
That's the other little one.
Oh, I see. Now the girls are doing comedy.
Yeah,
Fun.
we are.
Great.
So,
Wow.
yeah.
So how was
I drove-
that?
It was awesome. It was.
You are
it was
raspy voiced
life.
because of that?
Yep, I am.
Slightly?
Yep, slightly. Yep. But I went out there, and the church that puts it on is the church that's like over our church. So like,
church is it?
It's called Living Word Church, and it's Dr. Mark Barclay, and he's my husband's pastor.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's really cool because ever since my dad stepped into heaven, Dr. Barclay has been like he's like adopted me as his daughter.
Oh, that's
so it's kind of
cool.
filled that void where I was so close to my dad.
Wow.
But anyways, they put on this huge youth conference, and so we take all these kids out there, young adults too, and they just have a blast.
They talked you into speaking?
They did, and
That
I
was
went
real
out
hard,
there.
right?
You know, not at all. I was like, sure. And
How many?
Yeah, I
About
there was a little. I think
800?
7 to 800. I'll have to find out the
cool.
number. But yeah, and I talked about joy,
Go ahead.
and I
Talk
just
about joy.
I just
Yeah,
talked
go ahead.
about
We talked about it earlier.
and it doesn't matter what age you are. We are in
My
this
wife's sensitive to that
dark-
because I
yeah.
dated a Joy. I was engaged to a Joy. Like I'll come across this. How about this ornament says Joy? And she'll go
yeah,
like this.
no,
Never mind.
no joy.
How about peace?
Yeah, peace is way better.
Yeah, peace is better.
Yeah,
But Joy's nice, but now
No.
she accepts Joy now.
Oh,
Not her,
good.
but she
Oh.
accepts the word Joy.
Oh,
She goes, well, you got to have Joy. I
So
go,
you're-
I told you that.
your tree looks better.
I had to have Joy too, but that was only
Yeah.
for a year and a half. That's all it was. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
That was an easy one.
So I just talked about no matter how old or how young you are in this life, we're going to have issues. And there's
sure.
going to be things that are going to happen that you don't expect. And we have our own plans and we think we got everything under control,
We
and then
always
boom,
do.
something happens.
Yep.
A tragedy, you lose something, you lose a
Yep.
job, whatever. So
Yep, it's true.
anyways, I just pulled out the scripture in the Bible that says the joy of the Lord is your strength. And how I just told these kids, you need to start protecting what you're thinking about,
That's right.
what you surround yourself with, what you
That's
listen
right.
to,
That makes sense.
who you're around, because if you don't have joy, you don't have strength.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
So it was fun. We had a ball. And
I
on the
had
way
Joy
home,
for
I
that
took
year
them.
and a half, my Joy
Yeah,
was good.
I
But
bet,
no,
yeah.
That's a different Joy. I'm just joking. But Joy is good. Yes. That is good
Yeah.
because I think that a lot of people lose track of that.
You got it.
A lot of people
It's easy to do.
they get so tied in with life and
Yes.
the rat race and
Yes.
everything going on that they're like, oh, well, I don't have time.
That's
You
right.
should do. You
got
have
it.
to find it
You
first.
have to protect it. Yep.
And you have to protect it too. You got to find it too.
Yeah, you're right.
Because you can't find it like it's so easy to say like, oh yeah, go to a trip to your favorite place and you'll see God's
yeah.
beauty. And that
Right.
that is one way.
It is.
But then again too, like you say, count all your blessings. Like if you say,
Yes.
hey, I got unemployed twice.
Yeah.
And that
So
was
you
a
know.
tough time. One was late 40s.
Yep.
Not 19. When I
Whoa.
was 40.
Whoa.
When I was 40. and
Yeah.
the other one was mid 50s.
Yeah.
And both times it took me a while to get a job because they don't
Yeah.
hire older people. And
Right.
it was very tough, but I had to try to find, what I had to be thankful for besides
it.
my family and my support system. But I was thankful I was doing comedy and
Yep.
entertaining and acting and motivational speaking and doing all that kind of, even the show.
There you
It
go.
helped me even
Yes.
teaching it. Hey, one time I taught comedy. This is a funny story.
Yeah.
Stephanie will like it. Why not? The way she's looking at me. So I was at the station across from the mount. I don't know what it was called, but
Yeah.
do you know the name of that station? What it was?
Is it like
The one across from the mount.
GAW?
Yeah, WGAW.
Yeah.
So they had me on the show. When I first started teaching there, they go, we had to have you on the show. I go, why? Well, we heard you teaching stand-up comedy. They go, how do you teach stand-up comedy? The guy
Right.
goes, wait, let me finish. So if someone wants to take your class, what do they need? What tools? What special talent? What gifts? What do they need when they walk in the door? I go, $80. That's a joke, but
$80.
well, that's all it costs. I go, look at anybody can be
Anybody
funny. I just try
can.
to teach it.
Yeah.
I try to teach them how to use it, how to express themselves, and they do what they want to do with it. Because I had kids take my class as young as 8th grade.
Oh, cool.
One kid took it in the 8th grade when I taught at Quincy.
Mm-hmm.
When I taught at Quincy, I mean I still do,
Cool.
but it was neat. And the mother wanted to come, but then she said no.
Ah.
I'm all set. He's in good hands. I go, you don't know the rest of the class. And then I had one in Gardner, and he was sophomore in high school. So he had to be like 14 or 15. He was
Yeah.
clever. And the mother goes, can I stay? Because I'm having fun. And I looked at the class. I go,
Yeah.
can she stay? They go, yeah, because she
Right.
didn't pay, but I didn't care.
Who cares?
But they had fun. So
That's awesome.
it was neat. But joy is,
Yeah.
joy. You got to find. I found a joy when I was unemployed.
Yeah.
I find joy in everything I do. Sometimes you get let down, but you can't do anything about it. And you have to think of all the pluses.
That's right.
So if someone wanted to visit your, what do they call it?
Church.
You guys a flock or congregation?
Just say church.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That was easy.
Is that easy?
Yeah, well, I don't know. What do you call people that belong to church?
Just members.
I was
People.
going to say peeps.
Peeps, yeah. Our peeps. No, we do not call them that.
No, you did just now. So,
Yeah.
but if people wanted to come,
Yes.
they could just come. It doesn't matter.
Anybody. We are a non-denominational church.
Come again?
So we
I
don't.
know, I know.
Okay, all right.
I know what it means. That's a
So
big word
yeah,
in ours.
so we don't.
big word.
It's huge.
Yeah.
So we don't have
That's
a
neat.
denomination because my dad always said this, and now I say it. When we all get to heaven, there's not going to be a Catholic section.
Yeah, there isn't?
I don't think so.
Shoot.
I think we're all going to be together, pretty much. So our church, we just believe in God. We believe in Jesus, the Holy Spirit.
Cool.
Yeah, in the Bible
That's
is
neat.
just that's what my husband preaches, and I preach and stuff, and
Very cool.
yeah, we keep it simple but powerful.
Excellent.
So
Thank you so much for coming on.
thank you for having
Thank
us.
you,
This
yeah.
is
Still like the haircut. It's still
fun.
holding up.
Yeah,
in a
thanks to
way.
Kathy.
Yeah,
We're
thanks
gonna
to
do that
Kathy.
plug.
Yeah, we could do.
That's
yeah.
how we met.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, that's right. Oh my God.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Stephanie,
Yeah.
very, very nice to have you both.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I guess we're going to take a break. We have to pay our bills and all kinds of stuff like that. So stick around, folks, because one of my favorite guys from Garden is coming. Thanks. So we're going to pretend.
Yeah, comedy-wise, and how often, I was a small part of it, but just as,
Still,
just to be a small part of something.
be a part of
I said every 10 years something huge happens in comedy. That was it. It was a small part of it.
neat. And how hot was hot out in Vegas?
This is your brain. And this is heroin. This is what happens to your brain after snorting heroin. And this is what your body goes through. Wait, it's not over yet. This is what your family goes through. And your friends, and mine, and your job, and your self-respect, and your future. And your life. Any questions?
What a lovely day for a picnic.
How about that spot over there?
Perfect.
Wow, I want to climb that tree. Come on, hurry up.
Junior, you be careful.
And stay where I can see you, dear.
Let's go over here.
You bring the basket.
I've got it. We can build a fire right here under this tree.
Isn't this nice?
I'll go get some firewood.
I just wanted to see.
Don't get lost. We're going to eat soon.
Aren't these hot dogs done yet? I'm
Just
hungry.
about ready, dear.
I'll put a little more wood on this fire. We don't want it to go out.
You watch where you're throwing that thing.
Aw, Stella.
Whee!
Hadn't we better get started for home?
Yeah, it's getting late.
Come along now, Junior. It's time to go.
Papa, what about the fire?
Oh, forget it. It'll go out by itself.
You wouldn't want bears to be careless with fire in your home. So don't be careless in theirs.
We're back. Thank you for sticking around, because joining us now is very good friend and fellow comedian, Mr. Dennis Wirth. Hey, how are you?
I made it. I'm here.
Good to see you. Dennis Wirth.
Glad to be here.
How long you been doing comedy?
I took your
10?
class 8-9 years ago. And
That'd be 9 now.
you told me you'd bring me to the top, and here I am, AOTV.
Yeah,
where do I go from here?
just nothing further. The latter, probably. And now, how it all started, right? Besides taking the class, when you were a kid, did you always have images of making people laugh, or were you always like that in school?
Yeah, I always look for the laugh. You know, somebody bring up a situation, you try to find the funny part of it. Everybody said I told a story. Whenever I told a story, I told it funny. So, I always like to make people laugh. It's a fun thing.
Did you do more in school or more with family gatherings? That's a magical question. Because
Yeah,
I'll tell you
more
what.
in school probably. I'm a little loose here. My father was kind of strict, so you get too out of line, and he wouldn't go for it. But
That's what we get used to. What I used to do, I used to play it smart. We used to go to my aunt's house. My aunt loved to joke around, and so she'd nudge me. She'd nudge me, and we'd be tooling on each other. And my mother and father would be staring at me. I'd be like, "What?" You know, it's like, you know.
The family clown.
Yeah, but school was always easy.
Yeah,
Did you go public or parochial? That's a matter.
Public, I went. Yeah, then
I went parochial because
catechism after school I went to. So
yeah. Did you
I had a long
day.
Did
you joke around there?
What? No, the nuns don't go for that stuff. Kind of. You're there to learn. Kind
of. A little bit.
No, not where I went.
No. Where'd you go? Were you local? Were you
Holy Rosary up in Gardner. Yeah.
Tough, right?
Yeah, it was.
No way.
No, I mean, there wasn't tough as in they were very nice, but I mean, you're there, to learn the Bible. You weren't there to goof off, so.
Not even one iota.
No.
Were you public school? You did, right?
Yeah, public school. Yeah, high school and stuff. We had some good times.
And you went to high school?
Money Tech.
Money Tech, that's right.
The trade school, Monkey Tech.
So what'd you major there?
I had auto body I took down there. Yeah.
And what happened?
I did it for a few years, and you go home dirty and grubby every day, and you figure out there's easier ways to make money in life than that. So I did, but I always had it to fall back on,
So you did that for a couple of years?
Yeah, a few years I did out of high school. Yeah.
And then you went into the food?
Went into the food industry, yeah. No, look at the size of me now. Man, it worked out, right? Come on.
Yeah, but how'd that happen?
Just had some friends who worked at a pizza shop. I was looking for a job. They said, come here, and 10 years later, I was still there making But I love pizza. It's a...
Absolutely.
There's always something new you can do with a pizza,
Anything,
So, yeah, it's like...
Look what they put on now, figs.
Well, we joke around now, the barbecue pizza, we were doing that years before anybody even thought about that.
But no one would bring it out, though,
Nobody brought it out. Now it's the biggest thing. We were doing it 10 years before it was a thing, so...
You had it.
We had the key, who knows? Even the breakfast pizza, scrambled eggs on a pizza.
True,
we were doing that years before anybody did it. It was...
But how come they didn't take that chance?
Corporations, yeah, you work for it's a big corporate thing. You limit what you can do. It's not like a mom and pop place.
Yeah. No, you're not. Yes, we are. No, we're not.
Yeah.
So you couldn't do anything because it was part. Who'd you work? You were with Domino's?
Domino's, yeah. 10 years.
Which one? The one in Gardner?
Started in Gardner, ended up in Leominster.
And now where are you? You've changed over.
Yeah, I got sick of pizza, I've been at Asian food. I'm at J2 now. I'm eating Chinese food now. But it's a lot different going from corporation to J2 is a family-owned thing. Where,
they are, right?
Yeah.
How many they own? They were
3? Up to several at one point. He sold out most. He's opened a really big one up in Boston, right in the heart of Boston. So he said he's going closer to home in his old age now. But.
Nice. So now, when you work, comedy comes out too, right?
Oh yeah, a lot of routines I get out of working with customers and the people you work with. And there's always a funny situation somewhere in the food industry.
It doesn't end.
You dealing with the public's a funny thing to do. Yeah.
Well, because you probably have joy with when you try to hire people or new hires come in and they.
Yeah, it's not like, when you were young, kids nowadays, they just, there's no responsibility, there's a me world.
Millenniums, yeah.
They're there one day and gone the next. There's no more 2-week notices, there's no more, it's a interesting generation we live in.
That's crazy.
But hey, we were young once, we did some crazy stuff too, right?
Yeah, but, things seem to have changed now. You know, because like you said, you could get material out of all this stuff.
Oh yeah.
You know, because it's just nuts. Now, so now it's you and your mom. Who, she's a sweetheart.
Everybody loves Mom.
And she's a big supporter.
My biggest supporter. I couldn't do half the stuff I've done without Mom.
She's always there.
From helping out with the door,
and
to
she always
helping
does that
out with
too.
the
That's
TV
right.
show, to she's the. I'll be lost without Mom. Always have been. Yeah.
She's
a sweetheart. Love.
And she has a great time.
Yeah, she's a very big supporter. She loves her son, doing good things. So
yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, she's proud. She always runs into my wife at the hospital.
At the hospital, yeah. She volunteers up now.
So you can't
she's
do
retired,
anything
yeah.
without my wife knowing from her.
We're all in the loop.
Dennis went here. Jerry
sure.
So now, beside the length of time you've been doing it, you just come back. You were out west, right?
Yeah, I took a West Coast trip. We went out to Vegas, then we did a road trip across the desert to L.A., then back to Vegas, and I'm back in Beantown. Love that dirty water.
So you were with friends. Well, an old friend. Did you open for months ago or last year?
Last year, I flew up to Alaska. Yep. Carl LeBove, he was Sam Kinnison's best friend and opening act for years, one of the original outlaws of comedy.
That's right.
And I got the chance to open for him a whole week up in Alaska. He's like, you get up here, we'll get it done. I was like, how do I turn that down? I'm due for a vacation. So
perfect.
I went up there. I opened for him all week at Cooch Comedy Club. And I felt bad. There were actually they ran contests all week, and all the comics, they won contest to open for Carl, and Carl got up there and he called the clubs. Yeah, I got my opener with me, so they all got bumped down to opener, and I got to feature for him all week.
That's cool.
I felt bad for them, though. They won the contest. Welcome to comedy, That's how it is. Yeah, Boston to Alaska, that was a big trip, but it was a dream come true meeting one of your idols like that. I loved them from back, back in the day.
One of the outlaws, right?
One of the original outlaws of comedy.
So, how are the crowds out there in Alaska compared to out here? Are they any different? Or are they?
They're rowdy. Here we drink beer and get goofy. Up there they drink beer and get tough. So it's a little different. A lot of tough guys up there in Alaska, but they were a good bunch of guys. They treated me good, but.
But is it true that men outnumber the women there, or is it? Did you see enough out there, or?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Yeah,
you know how they always say that for a woman to find a man, go to Alaska.
Well, I was there. It never got dark. It was daylight 24 hours. So
how was that?
It's strange. I'm not used to doing a 10, 11 o'clock at night gig and then walking out the broad daylight. I was all right, this is different, but took a little getting used to. But I had a great time up there. And how often do you get to open for your legend? I always said before I died, I got to open for Carl LeBove, and it happened.
So cool.
But I became friends with him, and
So then you hooked up with him, last week?
Since 1992, it's the first since Sam Kinison died. It's the first time the Outlaws got back together. They were out in Vegas.
Kidding.
Yeah, and they did a week of shows, 2-day shows, 8 o'clock and 10 o'clock show. Flew out there to be with the Outlaws, and we partied all week. We had a great time. It was it's a lot of fun. Really hot out there. A lot of walking in Las Vegas, but I mean. Comedy-wise, I mean, how often, I was a small part of it, but just to, just to be a small part of something.
To be a part of it.
I said every 10 years something huge happens in comedy. That was it. It was a small part of
neat.
it.
And how hot was hot out in Vegas?
120 plus, but luckily you're in the casino most of the time. Then it's a short walk across the bridge to the next casino. But you open the door and it's like whack! The heat just hits you like a door. But
holy jeez!
Luckily you're not out on it long though. But
that's crazy.
Yeah.
So while you were out there, so you got to go see another idol who passed, Sam Kinison. You went to his home?
Yeah, we took a drive across the desert. We went to his brother Bill and Sherry's house, and they're very, very sweet people. I mean, they started in a Pentecostal church, so I mean.
Yeah, because Sam was
a Pentecostal preacher. Yeah, that's how he got started.
He was also a preacher too?
Yeah, he preached, for a little while. He said he wasn't very good at it, but it got him used to talking in front of people.
Oh, absolutely.
He went and saw Richard Pryor one night, and he told his girlfriend, I can do this, and he said he always wanted to try it.
And he certainly could.
Rest was history, so.
Jeez.
But, just the stories Bill would tell us about Sam, you're like a little kid, and I got to hold his Grammy Award, Sam Kinnison's Grammy Award, got a picture with some of the guitars he played in his videos. And he asked where we were staying that night. And so we didn't get a hotel yet. He said, well, you're staying here. So we ended up sleeping over Bill and Sherry's house 2 days in a row, and they still got Sam's piano and some big tusks Sam had and his house, and it was like, it was my Graceland. I stayed a couple nights at my Graceland, so they don't let anybody in, so I was very lucky to be a part of it. The next day, she pulled out 3 big trunks of all his old overcoats and everything, and we got to try those on and go through it, and just from the Comedy Store to the Tropicana, and I was told only 4 jackets like that were ever made, and he had a TV series, Charlie Hoover. I think it was only 6 episodes. Yeah, but they had the overcoat he wore on Charlie Hoover, and just, it was like a kid in a candy store, yeah. So I did an interview with them out there, too, for my TV show. So that'll be my next episode, Bill and Sherry on. But, yeah,
that's neat.
They were great people. It was a time of my life I had out there.
That's good. Yeah, you know, and you're right. How often do you get to do it?
Yeah, right. So we stayed there. Then we went over. We had a hotel one night over in the Hollywood Hills, and Sam made his bones over at the Comedy Store. I went in there and I got to perform there one night. So
How was that?
If there was one place I wanted to perform ever, it was the Comedy Store. So I chalked off half of my bucket list in life in this one trip.
Nice.
So
just
it was
that one trip.
Yeah, it was really cool. Just
how was the Comedy Store?
It's such a legendary place. You walk in and you can just feel the vibe, and just even Andy Dick, he's just standing there. You walk in the door, and Andy Dick's standing right there. You know, major movie star or something. It was funny. I said, "Hey, Andy, how you doing?" He just goes like that. Okay, thanks, man.
All right, thanks. I'm all set.
But I mean, just the photos all over the walls of the legendary comics that had played there. I mean, you definitely got a vibe walking. It's not like, you know, these new fancy comedy clubs. I mean, that was old style. I really dug it. It was just a legendary place.
That's like Nick's. Like when I first started doing comedy, I walked into Nick's. Bobcat Goldthwait's picture. There's, you know, I think Jimmy Walker was on there.
Right.
Who else? Richard Lewis. You know these big.
How many legends have hit that stage?
And it's nothing fancy when I went to Nick's back then. Just chairs.
The basics.
Nothing. It was
beer-stained carpets, right?
Yeah, it had that comedy scent to it.
Had that comedy scene, right?
You know, but that scent that it had too is like, you know, oh yeah,
this is comedy. My eyes are watering. This is comedy.
God. Yeah, because that's so, and that's a great experience, and it's a great experience to bring back.
Yeah, geez, just the Sunset Strip. We went in the Rainbow, sat where Lemmy used to sit. We sat at Sam's table, got some pictures where his table used to be. So we did the whole tourist tour, plus I got to perform and be a part of it, so it was cool,
neat. Just to get to do that. And so do you, after going in, do you see a major difference between the audiences out there as opposed to out here? Like you talked about the Alaska ones, but how about L.A. or Vegas? Did you get to perform in Vegas?
Out in Vegas, you got to be at the top of your game out there, man. I mean, that's at the Laugh Factory. That's the top of the top right there. You know what I'm saying? So that was great. But I mean, you know, I'm in the green room and I'm standing next to all these stars, and it's like you really get a sense of, you know, like, yeah, I'm a part of something big out here. You know, this ain't small time, your local club comedy. This is big time right here.
That's amazing.
Then we went over to Brad Garrett's comedy club. He's got one over there too, and. You know, you're sitting there in the green room, and it's the coolest thing. He's got this big thing with drawers, and it's different candy in each drawer. You can pull open. He must like candy or something. But he's a lot dirtier, Brad Garrett, than he was on the TV show live. He was really, but it was a good. He has a really old style club, look like the Mafia used to hang out in there. Yeah. But I mean, just meeting the Outlaws. I mean, Alan Steven, he was the head writer for Roseanne. You know, we went out to a deli with him one day and just heard story after story. Mitchell Walters, guy knows every area code. You name a state, he'll tell you the area code. I know it's top of his head. It was amazing to watch. Everybody's yelling out where they were from, but he's telling the area code. But just to see the three of them back together, I mean, the original Outlaws like that, it was just
neat.
So cool to be a part of it.
So they did a string of shows there in Vegas?
In Vegas, yeah.
So how did they do it? They do like 30 minutes each, or how they wind up doing it?
Yeah, it was about that, about 30 minutes
Different
each.
styles, or are they?
Yeah, Mitchell, he did the regular stand-up, and then Alan, he does just crowd work. I don't know if he has any material at all, but it's funny as heck, yeah. Go around and mess with the crowd, and then Carl comes out, and he's like you. He's really with his hands, and he gets in. He puts on a really great show, Carl. Neat. You know, he don't just tell jokes. He gives you the full show. So I thought that it's so easy for him, too. He's so relaxed. He's done it so long up there. It's like, it's like he's just sitting there talking to, 30 years must be.
Is he the most out of all of them, or they all start at the same time?
They all started at the same time, but I mean, he's the one who progressed. You know, well, Sam gave a bigger break too, and I mean, he really put a lot into it. I mean, he's the top of the outlaw chain now after Sam passed, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. Jeez. So this was when they first got back together, like this trip, or have they been back together this past year?
First time since 1992.
Oh my God!
Yeah, the Laugh Factory got them back together.
So what took them long? They just never thought of it, or someone had to approach them, or?
It's a lot of Hollywood stuff. I mean, Carl had gone through some tough times. That was one of the reasons I wanted to meet him, because I mean, I'm into the child support stuff, and I try to bring fathers awareness, and he went through a real bad stretch with that too.
Wow.
That was half the reason I wanted to meet him. So they were actually, child support was calling the clubs he was working and trying to get money out of him, and the clubs didn't want to deal with it, and they were stopping booking him, and he really went through some tough times in comedy. But he's back now, and he's doing some good stuff, and it's great to see. He's a legend of the comedy circuit, and
absolutely, jeez,
it's great to see them all back.
That's great. Oh my God, yeah, that's boy, that was well worth the trip, boy.
Yeah, you live your childhood. I mean, as a kid, I'd have settled for an autograph. Never mind to be working with the guy. You know, it's like, wow, I'm working with Carl LeBeau and the Outlaws. And
oh my God,
it's something. Yeah,
that's neat. So now that so now you're back, and business as usual, because
back to comedy around here. That's right.
Summers get slow. July's always a horrible month.
It's summertime. There's weddings and graduations
and mostly vacations.
What are you doing this week? Wedding, graduation. Then I'm gonna hit a comedy show. No.
Yeah. Comedy's like
wintertime. Nothing going on comedy side.
Yeah, because it's like, and Larry's going back to Florida.
Back to Florida
for good.
Oh, really?
He wants to. Yeah. Well, I think part of it's his wife, and he's got some family down there, and he's got a lot of friends down there, and he knows he could do well down there with the elder circuit and even in the comedy room. So,
that's where you go to retire. You go to Florida.
And
good
I
for
told
him if
he's
happy.
Whatever makes you happy.
That's
Because
right.
I still talk to you. I'll still talk to anybody, He's on the phone. He's 70 years old. I never even realized that. I just don't think of it.
The joke master, legend of the Boston comedy scene. Great guy.
And he, some of the guys migrate down there too, and they go and do shows. Like,
well, he said they got a pretty good comedy scene down there too. So
it's amazing, because you think there's a world of difference between up here and down there, but
no matter where you go, people want to laugh. Absolutely.
That's true. That's true.
Yep.
And you were also in New York too, about a couple of months back.
Yeah, a few months back. Yeah, and then I went a few months before that.
Where were you in New York? I know.
Well, first trip down, I went to Dangerfield's Comedy Club, and it was one of those, you got to bring a few friends to perform, and everybody says, anybody can do that. Well, anybody can go to Hawaii, but you know what? I got it done. So it was.
That's good.
Yeah, just to walk into a historic place, Dangerfields, they haven't updated the decor since the 70s. It was like taking a trip back in time to the 70s,
Isn't that amazing?
You got to be a part of that. Plus, I got to perform, and, you get 5-10 minutes at Dangerfields, it's like it's really a moment. It's better than an hour, at a local.
Yeah, that's right.
Local club. Because I mean, you're at the big time right there. You don't know who's watching you.
When you were in New York, were there any big comedians there? Obviously, that there had to be a few. No?
Yeah. Then, months later, I did the Gotham, same thing, and I didn't even know. I walked into the Gotham. They put me in the green room. I'm looking at my phone. All of a sudden, I look up. Jerry Seinfeld and Jim Gaffigan are standing right next to me. I'm like, all right, I'm in the green room with Jerry Seinfeld and Jim Gaffigan. Something's going on here.
Did you get to chat with them at all?
Jerry was really cool. He was starting down the stairs, and this young kid went to shake his hand, then kind of pulled back, and he must have caught it out of the corner of his eye. Got to the bottom of the stairs, turned around, walked back up just to shake the young kid's hand. I said, that's how you do it. That's cool.
That's
then,
cool.
Jim Gaffigan, he was flipping out. I don't know what his problem was. He's, I'm getting recognized. I got out of here. I'm getting recognized. Well, boom, he went darting through the crowd out of there. So.
No, really?
Yeah, I don't know why. I guess he didn't want to be recognized. I don't know.
Really?
I felt like telling him, boy, the young comic and you would be thrilled to get recognized. Now it's a hassle, I guess, but.
And he's very recognizable.
Yeah, well, even being friends with Carl, and he usually gets us in to meet the stars, out in Vegas. Dice was playing that night, and we went in there, and after the show, we're going to go in and meet him, and they said he didn't want to meet anybody that night. So
really?
We didn't give him. I met his ex-wife there, Eleanor, is touring with him now, so that was cool. But
his ex is touring?
Yeah. I guess they stayed friends. Well, she used to be a waitress at the Comedy Store. That was where he met her. They started dating. It didn't work out, but she started opening for him. She still stays on. She was a very funny and very sweet girl. So
really?
Yeah. So
and they get along?
Yeah, they still get along. Yeah, they stayed friends. So that's cool. Yeah.
Who'd have thunk?
Yeah,
wow.
just rubbing elbows with stars like that. It's kind of stuff you dream about when you're a young comic.
Experience. That's a great experience. So with all that you've done in a stretch of 9 years or what it may be, so what has been like? Everybody's always curious to hear. What was the strangest show you ever did? Like strange, like either it didn't work out, or it was a weird crowd, or nobody was listening, or it was just like.
My favorite weird story, I've told it before, I'll tell it again. We did Beatniks one night. I think it was me, you.
Oh, yeah, Rich.
Yeah, I don't
Greg
forget
Bogus.
it was.
That was for Rich's thing?
Yeah, Rich's thing. And I was doing my child support superhero routine, and I had this guy just cracking up, dying laughing. And as hard as he was laughing, his girlfriend was getting madder at the minute. And she wasn't getting mad at me, she was getting mad at him. He was laughing at my jokes. And
why? Did you ever find out why?
I guess, I don't know. She didn't think child support was funny. I got down a laughing matter, but she called a cab after the show, refused to ride home with her boyfriend because he was laughing at my jokes at a comedy show. It was like, that was just strange. You're going to go to a comedy show and not laugh? I mean, lighten up, but
that is so...
Some relationships like to argue, who knows?
Well, yeah, but it's just the weirdest thing.
Yeah, that was kind of a strange
And that's
one.
A different room, too.
Yeah, I did some political jokes early on, and I noticed that you got to, do both sides. Then I got a guy mad. I did some George Bush jokes. So.
Yeah, but still, everybody, yeah. And you know what makes me laugh? It's like, politics shouldn't separate people, but unfortunately it does.
It's a sensitive subject, that's for sure.
Yeah. There's a bunch of things that are sensitive, and
it don't bother
shouldn't
me.
be.
You got your opinion, I got mine. That's what makes the world go around. We don't have to think alike, you know?
I know people say like, oh, that's not good, you this, not good you voted for him, not good you voted for her. It's like, who cares? Not that it doesn't make a difference who votes for who, but when you tell jokes, it shouldn't be like Cambridge is very PC. I don't like doing shows in
Well,
Cambridge.
me and you, we got a show coming up, so if people want to laugh, they can come out.
Yeah. Tell the viewing audience about that show.
August 18th, we are for multiple sclerosis down at the Elks in Leominster. So grab your tickets, come out and see Team Amy.
Team Amy.
Come see me and Jerry. It's going to be a great night.
Who else is with us?
Great cause.
We
got Big Bob Glancy and Rich McCabe is going to be on the show. So
that's fun.
If you want to support multiple sclerosis, what a great cause. Come on down.
And when's that going to be?
August 18th, Leominster Elks.
Elks. The Elks. Nice place.
Yeah, they treat me good over there. Yep. So
best show. What was one of your best shows? Favorite shows? Like everything went right. Everything went right. Everything was perfect. And it doesn't necessarily have to be, when I went out to LA, when I went to, I mean, just like around here.
I've worked with a lot of big names and I've done a lot of big things, but my favorite one is, when my sister was young, she had muscular dystrophy. My mom had to stay home to take care of her. She couldn't work. She had to stay home full time. She went to special needs camp and somebody had to sponsor her to get out there. Years later, we did a benefit show. You were on the show.
Yeah, I remember that.
We raised enough money.
Fitchburg, yeah.
Over in Fitchburg, the St. Joe's Club, and we raised enough money. We sponsored a kid and we sent him out to camp.
And that was a nice crowd, too.
To give back like that, somebody did it for her, we did it for someone else.
You do a lot of that.
So but I mean, to have the personal touch with my sister, that's my favorite show like that. It felt good to give back like that because somebody gave to her.
Yeah, I remember your mom was really happy. She was really proud.
Yeah, she was a proud moment for her.
And that worked out.
That made me feel
good. You did a good amount of money because you
we sent the kid to camp, and still there was a few hundred left. We sent to help send another kid to camp. So when you can do what you love to do and help people out, it's a win-win situation. There's no
making
lose.
People laugh, and that was a great show. We had a
blast. It was a fun night.
That was cool. It was a warm Friday night, but boy.
Yeah, they came
packed
out.
it.
Yeah,
they packed
it. It was a
it.
good crowd.
That show's nice venue.
Very nice
venue. Yeah. Because we all get our, strange shows that we do. I did an engagement party once. Here's advice. Famous words of Norm Macdonald. Note to self: don't do engagement parties. But me and Bob Sheehy had to do the show.
Pick and choose your spots. Right?
But he says, it's an ice cream
Don't
gig.
do a wedding.
We have to do 45 minutes. You do 20, I'll do 25. This is back in 99 or 2000. I go, you sure it's going to work? Don't worry about it. And I did it. You know how the crowd half listens?
Yeah.
It's an engagement party.
They're not there to listen to comedy, right?
They want to see what the bride's going to wear, talk about her honeymoon, talk about where they're going to go. Oh, let's hear this guy tell jokes. They half listened to me, but they listened to me. They laughed a bit. They chuckled a bit. Then Bob went up there, and Bob says, you just got to be clean. I go, yeah, so I was squeaky clean. He went up there and he got edgy.
Didn't like that. Huh?
And the father of the bride comes up to me. He goes, get him off. I go, I can't get him off. He's my friend. He's
You're going to walk up on stage and tell
He
me.
goes, if you don't get him off, I'll get him off. Or if you don't get him off, I don't pay you guys. Do whatever it takes. So I took a beer and I wrote on a napkin, get off now. ... And I just pointed an arrow like it pointed to the father who was standing there. And Bob goes, oh, thanks for the beer. He goes, oh, well, that's my time, folks. And
See
he
you
got
later.
off the
Good night.
stage. And the guy paid, and the guy was angry.
That's the fun part about comedy. Every night's different. You don't know. Some nights you get a good crowd. Some nights a rough crowd. But same night every night it'd get boring. It never
What do
gets
you
boring.
like? You like blue collar? You like you like edgy crowds?
Yeah, I like the blue
crowd?
material. I always laughed at, you know, just the stuff you wouldn't say in public. You know, it's like it's an outlet. You know, comedy's an outlet. You can say it there and not have to take it serious. Where if you did it in public, you'd take it serious, people would get offended. You know.
You've done clean for me. You've done clean.
Yeah,
for
I
me.
can work clean. Yeah,
You
I mean
definitely
that's
can.
you know.
And you do a great job. You do a great job. We've done a lot together, and we still do.
I guess because of Sam Kinison, he just talked about stuff. It's like, oh my God, that's so funny, and you're not supposed to talk about that. He's talking about it, making it funny. It was just a twist.
Isn't that
on
a riot?
It was always funny to me. Yeah, so.
It was so funny when he was in the movies with Rodney Dangerfield. Back to School.
Yeah.
He was himself.
Yeah.
He was himself. He was a teacher, but he was himself.
He stole that movie. He only had like a few minutes,
that
but he was the
amazing?
one you remembered out of that movie.
He yelled in that guy's face. He, you know, it's like, oh, that girl. He just stole it, you know. But Rodney knew because Rodney was.
Oh, yeah, he's seen him, at the Comedy Store. Yeah, Bill was telling me the story. Sam didn't want to do a show. He was going to put him on the Rodney Dangerfield special, and Sam said, no, I don't want to do it.
How come?
Well, he said he don't do contests because with his dirty material, he never won a contest. So he's like, it's not a contest, it's a showcase. So finally he had to call Bill, and Bill talked him into it, and 6 minutes later, he was hottest comic on the planet.
Isn't that amazing?
It is.
Isn't that amazing? You know, and I guess Rodney gave a lot of help to a lot of comics.
Oh, he gave back. Roseanne Barr, Louis Anderson, Andrew Dice Clay,
Jay Leno.
He brought them all up. He gave back to the next generation.
Nice guy. I mean, not that it doesn't happen, but you know, you think back to that. You say how big Rodney was. Like, Rodney's going to help me.
Yeah. Well, even you giving your class, you said I was one of your students that listened, you know, and you helped me come up, and I try to give back. And these young kids, they don't want to listen. I know what you meant when you said I knew enough to listen. They think they know how to do it better than you. They don't want to listen to you.
A lot of them get edgy, or a lot of them are like, I know what to do. Don't worry about it. You just started.
Yeah, I know. Well, how do you know anything?
Quick one. My last class, they just said, I told this guy, just do up to 10 minutes. Try to keep it reasonably clean. I'm not saying very clean, but there were some younger adults there, and you know there were some high school kids there, and he went totally off.
Didn't listen.
And he went long, and I kept looking at my watch. He goes, "You're looking at my watch, you're embarrassing me, Jerry." I go, "You got to give time to everybody else. You got 10 minutes. How long have I been up here? Seriously?" I go, "Don't do this to me." How long? I go, 14 minutes and 30 seconds. Oh, you're counting? No. All right, I just got a few more jokes. I go, no, one more joke. He's trying to run the show.
He's trying to run the show. He don't realize.
And guess why? Because he was drinking.
Yeah. You go to Boston, they say 5 minutes. They don't mean 5:01.
That's right. So, folks, this man is Dennis Wirth. He's a very good friend of mine. He's a very funny guy. Runs Joke in a Box.
Joke in a Box comedy.
Comics Who Care. Is it?
Comics That Care.
That.
You were close. But, this guy taught me everything I know, got me started. And
this
look
guy
at me now.
listened.
I'm out in Vegas with the Outlaws of Comedy because I listen.
Funny guy. God bless everyone.
Thank you,
Be
everybody.
good to each other. Have a good summer.
Bye.
Watch for Dennis, watch for me, and watch for Katie. See ya.